is talking. Nobody is talking about this. Nobody, has that. And I knew in my personal finances, I never had a problem making money. I'm a hustler, if you will. I could make the money, but my issue was keeping the money. And so as he began to educate, my background is education. I was a third grade school teacher for 8 years, not by choice, but because I wanted summers off, just to keep it real. But there's a gift of teaching that I didn't know that I had. And then at the same time, I believe that I grow when I learn new things and I share them with other people. So when Brian began to give just a completely different perspective of what was going on, I was just like, man, what is this? And when he began to, which I'm going to share with you tonight, obviously, or today, to show me what this company was all about, I won't say that it was difficult for me to believe, but I will say that it's amazing how God can answer our prayers sometimes in ways that we least expect, or even in ways that we think we will never, ever deal with ever again. And that's what this is. If you are in a place to where naturally all of us want to make money or want to make more money. However, along with that, if you are in a position to where you want to save money, and not just your typical saving, but it's different ways that we do that, but about growing your money. This is about wealth. For a long time, I thought that we had to hustle for wealth. But since I've been a part of MWR for the last 30 days, I now understand that wealth is a strategy. Wealth is processes. Wealth is coaching, and you can't do it by yourself. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. I'm going to go ahead and jump into this. Give me 2 seconds to share my screen, and then we are going to get started. And if you have questions at the end, maybe we'll have time to answer some of those, but I'm definitely going to, hold on 1 second, bring Mr. Bean up here. Why is that not moving? Hold on 1 second. Let me get this out of the way so I can start my slideshow. Hold on. This won't go away. 2 seconds. Hold on. I might have to leave it like that because this is, oh, here we go. I can do this right here. There we go. All right. So let's go. Making wealth real. And learning about our finances is a lot of things that we don't know. There are 4 roadblocks that actually come into play when it has to do with money. And many of these things, a lot of times, it's contingent upon who you're having conversations with, if you will, that even bring any type of awareness to this, right? So big business, taxes, debt, inflation, I'm sure we've heard of it, but we're gonna break it down a little bit more just to let you know how this can really have a strong impact on your finances without you knowing, unless you're educated on it, okay? So big business, we know about big business. That is all these companies that have a strategic way of having us give them our money, even during the times of pandemics. And when I think about that, it's just keeping it real and thinking about what has happened since this COVID situation has been around. I mean, obviously there are businesses that have gone out of business, but there are also companies that have thrived in this moment. Companies did not stop advertising what their products or what their sales were during this pandemic. They did not stop operating as they did in other manners. And contingent upon our own personal experiences with that, some of us still engaged, giving our money to these companies, just doing what we normally do because that's what we're taught or that's how we're conditioned. But we don't understand that big business can really cause a problem. I know for me, the big business that caused the problem with me was Home Goods. If you know anything about that store, going into that store, I didn't care what was going on. If I found something that I wanted, I bought it, but that was not adding to my wealth. So these are different strategies and things that we had to learn to change our behaviors, okay? Let's talk about taxes. Many people don't know that taxes are, hold on 1 second, people are trying to get in, that taxes, hold on 1 second, I'm having to let these people in. Taxes are our biggest expense, okay? Taxes are our biggest expense. Many people don't even know that they're overpaying in taxes. We have the thought that a lot of times when you get a tax refund, you're thinking that you're getting extra money. But since I've been a part of MWR, I have learned that people don't get tax refunds. It's not extra money. It's actually money that they just gave, too soon, and now the government is giving it back. But many times people are just in a position to where they just allow it to happen, meaning For example, if you have a job and you have a W-2, and when you fill out that form and you put your 1 or your 0, and you know that either your money is going to come out before or it's going to come out after, a lot of times we don't really investigate to see, is the government taking too much or are they taking too little? But here you're going to learn how that's different, and you don't want that to be a roadblock simply because a lot of times we're giving away money that belongs to us because we don't know any better. Okay. When it comes to debt, all of us are familiar with it. It's in different capacities, but I have been a part of different movements, if you will, that had a strong desire to eliminate debt, but we really didn't have a strategy to eliminate debt. And when you talk to people in regards to what they want to do with their money, this is one of the biggest issues. People are ready to get out of debt, but the question is how. And now that doesn't have to even be applicable here because we're going to show you how. And then inflation, man, I have learned so much about inflation here recently because I was never really interested in economics, but to understand how inflation goes and how it is, they are not considerate of your income. And what I mean by that, if there are products or services that you've been using and for whatever reason, they decide that they want to, make them more than what they are, they will, and they're not going to consult you, right? But we just have to, if we're still using that, if it's like a big part of your life, you're going to just find a way to pay it because inflation has to deal with the cost of goods and services going up, but it does not mean that your income goes up at the same time. And so when we're not educated about that, we can get caught up in that too. And that's why these are called roadblocks, and it's time for us to get out of them. Okay. And they can't stop us anymore. So the thing is, what I love about MWR is that we have resolve. Whenever I share MWR with people, it's not about, a lot of people are thinking that we're trying to get them into something, right? Because the industry of network marketing just has that, that reputation that whenever you're sharing something, you want to get somebody into something. But this finally was a different message because it's about getting out. It's about getting out of places that you no longer want to be, getting out of situations that you no longer want to be, getting out of things that you think there was no resolve, but there actually is. And one of the solutions that we don't know about is the power of a home-based business. And as Brian would tell us, it's like when we were born, we were already born as a home-based business. Why? Because we have a social security number. And that's, what allows us to be able to make these moves, to be smarter with our money and with our business and with our partnerships so that we can do what the wealthy do. I mean, when I look at it, I don't believe that there's a middle class anymore. It's either the haves or the have-nots. And for me, I had to think about, well, what are the haves doing that I'm not doing? And even in that, I've had a home-based business. I've been an entrepreneur for, like I said, over a decade, but I still didn't have all of the pieces together because guess what? I was attempting to do all of this by myself, but I no longer have to do that. So when you think about having a home-based business, there are tax advantages that come along with that. It allows you to write off expenses that you use on a daily basis, but a lot of times you don't know about that. You're able to hire your children. How many of you, parents, where you at? As opposed to giving allowance, we can now put them on a payroll, and then that can be written off at the end of the year. I could go into what I've learned about that, but I'm not going to do that here. But just imagine that hiring your children actually puts more money back into your pocket. Leaving a legacy. My passion connected to this is because of breaking the generational curse of financial literacy. We have, for whatever reason in my culture, I don't know who all is on here, but in my culture, it seems as though we have normalized a lack of financial literacy. We have chosen to be okay with not knowing. And to me, that's psycho. And I say psycho just to hit the gut because we have to get to a point of common sense. As a single mother of a 16-year-old son who's graduating next year, right? I thought at one point I was going to leave him a coffee company. I thought I was going to leave him a tea company. I thought I was going to leave him a skill of learning how to trade, but I never had the opportunity to even talk this type of education with him that I do now. And because I allowed myself to see what you're seeing now, I now know without a shadow of a doubt that number one, if he has financial issues, it's going to be just because he decided not to listen. it's not going to be because I didn't tell him or teach him. Does that make sense? And so this is the confidence that I know for myself. I've broken the generational curse in my family with financial literacy because I take time to learn about it. Him, Nicholas, he's going to be able to carry that on. So that's what you have as well. Unlimited income. When you have a home-based business, there are different ways that we can get paid, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. But time freedom. It's one thing I was listening to. Brian said this, like if you have a lot of time, but you have, what is it? If you have a lot of money, but no time, that's a challenge. If you have a lot of time and no money, that's a challenge too. And I believe that it's a goal for people to have a lot of time and a lot of money, but it's a process in that. We just want to make sure that we're not in a situation where we have a lot of time and no money or no time and no money. Right? So time freedom is relative to everybody, I believe, but it's about what you want more of and being in control of taking that. And that's what MWR can actually do for you. Now, let's go into just something that you may not know, right? When we were talking about tax refunds earlier, when people file their taxes and, they're looking for those large refunds, it's amazing that the IRS on their website, you can check this out yourself, this is actually showing it, they're telling us that if you got a big refund, if you received a large refund from the IRS, that you may want to do a paycheck checkup. Now, what does that mean? We're not going to get into the details of that, but it just, for me, lets me know that there is a lot that we don't know. And a lot of secrets, if you will, are hidden in plain sight. We just have to be amongst the people who can actually share that information to just open you up to become more aware. And we have a component here that's going to help you with your taxes, and you're going to see some of that. We're going to have some testimonies with that as well. Now, branding. What I love about this is that we put this into perspective. When Mr. Bean talked about this particular slide here, right? I loved it because it talks about branding. And when we look at these brands, they are easily recognizable. When you're thinking about petroleum jelly, nobody comes and says, give me some petroleum jelly. Nobody says, hey, I need a cotton swab. Nobody says, well, maybe you say baking soda, I don't know. But when you think about a lot of these products, 9 times out of 10, they have a brand that's attached to them, right? Go give me some Pampers, send me some Vaseline. I need some Q-tips. I know that's how I actually use it. But what MWR is, now watch this. I want you to hold on to this. We are really in an attempt to brand the industry of not network marketing, brand the home-based business. Right. So there are so many home-based businesses out here, and you may be confused about what's going on, but I'll make sure that it's clear. But it's a lot of home-based businesses out here, which are awesome. But have you ever heard of a home-based business being branded? What our intention is, because of the education that we're having, we're really taking this to the next level in regards to money, is we're looking at branding the home-based business. So when people think about a home-based business, guess what they think about? Make wealth real, financial. I mean, that's just bold to have that name, but that is the process that we're on. And so you're at the beginning of this. Many of you probably have never heard of it before. I know I hadn't, didn't even hear Brian Bean, but they always say when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And when I tell you I have been learning like crazy, it's amazing what's happening. So hold on. I don't know why this is not going to the next one. Give me 2 seconds. Why is this not moving? Hold on, y'all. That's not fun. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening. Hold on 1 second. Go to the next slide. Okay, there we go. All right. So in thinking about MWR as a home-based business, and all these pieces are going to come together, I want you to think about how much it actually costs for you to start a business on your own. As Brian was giving all of the information on that particular Thursday, I already had in my head, I was like, okay, with everything that's going on with the experts, which I haven't even gotten into yet, this is going to be about $300 to $500. I was putting the value on what was happening because this was such a different message. So when he got to this slide and he said that the home-based business was only $228 one time and $119 per month, I was like, where they do that at? Right? Honestly, that's what I said. And it's because I've been a part of companies that were $1,300, $500, I mean, $300, right? But it wasn't anything connected with that that was truly going to have me in a financial situation to where my finances were getting better. I was actually taking a risk, if you will, and putting this money into something, hoping that I could get something back. But this one was different for me because it, as you see, it says access to all experts, over 476 tax deductions, 4 avenues of income, a 6-figure playbook. No company that I've been a part of has ever offered any of that. Now, of course, tax deductions can happen, but that's contingent upon your CPA. And I had one that didn't do too well, so I have lessons from that too. But this is nothing compared to what you're going to get, and we're going to continue to talk about why. Here is our focus. When we talk about this 6-figure playbook, I love this part because it keeps it really simple. I'm actually looking at a t-shirt that I made right in front of me, and we have a concept called 3 down and 3 up. 3 up. You can put that in the chat if you know about this. 3 down and 3 up. This is just the basics, if you will, of how to get yourself started to be in a financial situation that just makes sense and that's responsible. The 3 components that should be decreased in order for wealth to be possible are your taxes, your debt, and your expenses. Notice that it says stress. When we think about a lot of health issues that go on with people, stress, marriages, stress, anxiety, a lot of it is always attached to money, right? Or somebody's taking too much, or you're not making enough. And it's all these situations that really do have resolve. But once we focus and you learn from experts on how to get those 3 components down, you'll start to see your abundance show up. When you're looking at credit scores, at one point, I didn't care about my credit score. Why? Because one company taught me that you don't need to use credit, just pay everything cash. That was stupid. But I was so impressionable and I didn't know any better, right, that I believed it. So I lived in the 500 credit score club. And you know, if you know anything about that, you know, you're crossing your fingers every time you apply for anything, right? But I didn't know how to get it up. And then there was a lot of companies that were out there that could assist you with it, but they wanted thousands of dollars. That wasn't happening. Getting our income up. We're on a consistent journey for that. Some people think that they should get other jobs and, you know, just all this other stuff. And I get that if that's only what you know. But what I've discovered here with MWR is that the wealthy are not looking for more jobs. The wealthy are looking how their money can actually work for them. And that's called cash flow. That's what was missing. I made a t-shirt that says cash flow. Why? Because I did not understand the concept of your money should last. Like I would get money and pay bills or do whatever and then spend it. But I thought growing it was more complicated than it really is. So it was just in a component of looking at, you know, cash flow going up will actually get you on the process to creating abundance, but you're going to have people that are going to help you do that. Okay. Oh, why is it getting stuck here? Okay, there we go. So what I want to do really quickly is get some testimonials. Just well, actually, I might do this. I'm gonna do this. Let me show you something. I want to share something else really fast. We have a website. I'm sorry, a Facebook page on obviously on Facebook, right? And it's the MWR Financial Testimonials. And naturally I have some people that are on the Zoom that are going to share as well. But it's one of these testimonies that just blew my mind the other day, just to see the power of what's going on. And the reason why I love to go here is because these individuals obviously have been involved a lot longer than we have. We've only been involved 30 days. So as I continue to talk about the experts, my credit is being worked on, all of that. I'm just super duper excited. I'm not in the 500 club anymore. But it was time to get up to the 700s and the 800s. But this particular testimony right here, it's from a young lady named Tamika Williams. I don't know who she is. It's from August 20th. And she was talking about her debt-free testimony, talking about now being in the 800 credit score club when she was in the 653, right? Her score was 653. She did not have to learn about credit. She did not have to mail out any letters. She did not have to do any work. She was connected with these experts. She uploaded her credit reports and look at the results after experts begin to work on her finances for her. At the same time, we're going to talk about bill negotiation. And so with this membership, you actually get to have your bills negotiated for you. Now, I don't know anything about y'all, but I've never had anybody negotiate bills on my behalf. But you can look at this and see her ADT bill. She saved $98, $75 on her AT&T, $30 on Verizon, $20 on Dish Cable. That's $223 in savings, right? So when we talk about make, save, and grow money, this is a way that we actually do it. But in conjunction with that, realize, number one, we talked about credit with her. We've talked about the bill negotiation, but look at the debt elimination. She paid off 4 credit cards. She paid off her Benz. She now has a debt-free date. How many people are you having conversations with that actually have debt-free dates? And she has a millionaire date, right? Now, this is just with the experts working on her finances. This is not including her being a part of the business and having more wealth accumulation there. But watch this. This is not anything about just keeping you in the make and save. We also help you grow. So when you're looking at growing your money, we have wealth accumulation, where she thanked Eric, right, for starting her private reserve account. Did you know that you become your own bank? The funny thing is, in 2017, and I need to find the journal, I wrote down that I want to have my own bank. But honestly, that was just kind of like wishful thinking, if you will. I heard that it was like $250,000 to start a bank, something like that. So it was kind of one of those things that I just threw out there, not knowing that 4 years later, I would be introduced to something that literally is that situation, you know? So that's what's powerful about some of these testimonies. But what I actually want to do is see if we have a couple of people online now. Let me stop sharing real quick. Stop sharing that. And I know we have some superstars on here that want to come on and share what they've been experiencing. I want to see if we have Ariel or Benita, whoever wants to come unmuted and go first. Let's rock this out.
Here I go.
Hey, champion, what's going on, queen?
What's going on? So this is my testimony before my testimonies. So I was ready before I knew I was ready, before I even saw this information, because just, you know, out of the blue, and I wouldn't say out of the blue because I prayed to be in this space, to be in this mindset, to even get my finances in order. I'm a single mom. I have an 11-year-old, and I left my job in February. So I'm a full-time entrepreneur. I would say I'm a serialpreneur because I'm event planner, I'm a makeup artist, travel agent. You know, I dib and dab in a lot of different things, but nothing that I was in educated me on my finances. Nothing that I was in. And I always prayed to God, hey, you know, expand my territory. Like, I need to get connected to some people that can help me. Now, I've watched AB for a year. I told her when I spoke to her, I watched her for a year. She had no clue. I met her one time. And the situation she was in, I had no clue. But God set it up to where that situation wasn't no good for me anyways. It didn't work out. For whatever, it did not work out at all. And then just over time, you know, I'm just doing my thing. And she started sharing in MWR. She just started sharing it. I had no clue what it was. So every now and then I hop on the lives and I'll sit and I'll just look at it. And then she'll do another video and I'm just looking. I'm like, dang, is this the connection? Because I need to be connected. Like, what is this? I need to be connected to whatever it is that she's doing. She made a video that had nothing to do with this company. It had absolutely nothing to do with the company, but it was just her being transparent because that's who she is. She was just being transparent and talking about her situations in her life. And I literally responded. I watched the video probably about 3 times before I actually responded to the video. And I said, whatever it is that you're connected, I want to be connected. Send me the Zoom link. Connect me to whatever it is that you're talking about. So she sent me the 3-minute video. I didn't need it, but she sent it to me. I watched it. Okay. We set up a time to have a conversation and everything. And at that point, you know, I'm doing hair, but whenever that call was gonna come through, I'm ready for the call. I already knew she was in Texas. I didn't know she was calling me, but I saw the area code. I'm like, this gotta be her. So I picked up the phone. And for me, it's like, she was like, oh, you ready? Let me send that 13-minute. For what? I don't want to see no 13-minute video. I need to see the link. Like, where's the link so I can sign up to what's going on? I don't want to see no other video. I'm good. I'm ready, because I was ready before I was ready. Like, you don't understand. Like, I'm hungry for more. I deserve more. I work hard. I work my ass off. Y'all understand? I work hard. And a lot of people look at me and they'll say, oh, she got it. I ain't got it. You ain't got it together. Not all the way together, but I will. I will have it together. And now I'm in a position to where I can get it together, and I can show my daughter, I can show my mom, my brothers and sisters. Like, y'all don't understand how I'm like, it's 5 days in, just 5 days in. I'm uploading things. You know, I uploaded my credit report, uploaded my credit report. And the next day they was like, oh, we looked at it, we reviewed it, and we done sent over. What y'all did that? I just sent it to y'all. Like, how y'all did it already? Like, I had to wait 2 weeks for another company, and then they emailed me talking about, hey, here go your letters, print them out and mail them. What? I'm paying you. Why am I mailing in? I don't want to mail out nothing. I don't have time. Why am I paying you and you go tell me to mail out something? I ain't got no printer. All I have is a computer. I have no printer, but you want me to mail it out? I ain't working at a job no more. I could just go use the people printer. I'm at home. I can't do this. So when they said, I'm like, wait a minute, they done mailed this stuff. I ain't got to do nothing. You mean to tell me I have to do not one thing? I literally sent them people an email that I was paying, cancel membership now. And the people was like, man, we understand you want to cancel, but is there ain't nothing else you can do for me? There's nothing you can do for me. Let me take these $89 and I'm gonna put it over here. Save, let me say that, and I'm gonna use it towards something else, because I don't need y'all anymore, because you're not helping me. You're making me work. I don't want to do all of that. I'm paying you to work for me, and you're not doing it. So to hear everything that you guys are offering, and then when they said private reserve account, I ain't never heard of that. You mean to tell me I can invest my money to where it can grow like that, where I can be my own bank? Wait, I can own land too? Come on, this was a no-brainer for me. I'm just excited to learn more. Like, I don't even know if y'all can, the excitement can't even show that well on my face. It can't show that well, but I'm excited. That's my testimony. And then I'll be ready for the other testimonies when they happen.
I'm so here for you in every way. I love you so much. And I'm going to come back and bring on the next young lady. But I mean, shoot, we can get off after Ariel with that one. But that's just what this energy is, you know. It is just powerful to be able to share something with people when you don't know where they are, what they need, you know, in their life. But it's just amazing what's going on. So let's keep it moving. All right. So that's some of the testimonies. Hopefully we're going to keep this moving. This computer is like really, okay, there we go. Now, imagine this. I remember when I first got enrolled, I posted on Facebook and Instagram. No, I posted on Facebook. And I said, getting paid to get my ish situated. And I'm going to say that. I didn't say ish, I said the word. But I put that out there just because that's just what I do, right? Because that was the realization for me. I'm like Ariel said, having experts work on our finances for us, number one, it takes out the learning curve. Because just like she said, I don't want to say nobody wants to learn about it, but because we're learning as we go. But it's a difference when you have to learn something, then do it, then wait on results, and everything is still on you, right? But it's like, this is a team. The team I was praying for, I didn't know it was going to come like this. But you have individuals helping you get your stuff together. So as you're getting your stuff together, and then if you decide to share it with other people, I want you to imagine getting paid for getting situated. Period. Is no other way to put it, right? And then in conjunction with that, MWR Financial has the audacity to pay us in such a way to where it's daily income, weekly income, monthly income, and quarterly income, while our finances are being situated. I uploaded my 2018 taxes. because my CPA messed up on those. MWR, we'll talk about that. Uploaded my credit reports as well. But at the same time, I get text messages daily. Mine come at 4:03 p.m. and I can actually pull them up right now because when we started at 4 o'clock, I don't even know if y'all can see that because I'm sharing the screen. But anyway, look at these. These are text messages, and these are Brian Bean's text messages, obviously, because it goes back to 2019. He's been involved with the company for over 18 months, I believe. But imagine your telephone, your phone talking to you every hour. Not every hour, every day at the same hour, telling you that you've earned $5 a day, $20 a day, $30 a day, $50 a day. It goes more, $100 a day, $200 a day. Brian now gets text messages every single day, including Saturdays and Sunday, with a $500 guarantee. But guess what this is attached to? This is attached to him being a teacher. He's teaching us so much about money. So much about money, but at the same time, this company is rewarding us, oh, watch this, for being advocates for breaking generational curses. I mean, it really can't get any better than that, right? And so I remember seeing these and I was like, man, I want to get text messages. So you just follow instructions to see how they come. And now I'm at $30 a day. My personal sponsor, Ethan Clemens, I believe he's at $50 a day, but we just got started. So imagine what's going to happen with that, right? It's other ways that we get paid as well, expansion bonuses. And this is just for the individuals who kind of see themselves. Well, first of all, you have to be excited about your own financial makeover. That's the only way that any of this works. And I say that as a disclaimer, because in the industry, a lot of times people get caught up in that sign up syndrome and they think that this is one of those things and they can just sign people. It's not that type of party. This has to be to where you really want to be accountable for your finances. And then when you're in that accountability and you're having mature money conversations with people, you'll start to see people that actually get it. So the 10 different ways that MWR actually pays us, we break it down into 4 different ways, and daily income gets me excited, right? Expansion bonuses that range from $10 to $75 per financial director. What I like to say is the best way to understand a compensation plan is to get paid by it. I saw all of this that Brian, was showing. I'm looking at these payment dates. If you're looking, you do see that they're daily, right? October 28th, October 29th, and you see the amounts that are associated with them. This is called daily income, ladies and gentlemen. You add that up and it keeps going. And now we're into 2021. He's the #1 income earner in the entire company, but it started off with a $28 check. But as he continued to have conversations with people and it started to click, it was like, hey, I want to get my stuff situated, but I can tell some other people too, and you're going to pay me? Yeah, I'm all in, right? When we look at these other bonuses, I don't want to really get, too much into this because it may confuse you. And honestly, the best thing is to check it out. But at the same time, you're looking at a position to where you have experts working on all of your finances in regards to tax reduction. No, what is it? Tax minimization, debt elimination, reducing your expenses. I'm getting tired, increasing your credit score, and then wealth accumulation. So all of these different ways that we actually get paid are all contingent upon how many powerful conversations that you're having. When you're looking at a residual income, this is something that I've been used to for over a decade. However, every single company that I was a part of, I really didn't experience real residual income because my customers were contingent upon whether or not they still liked a product or a service. It's nothing wrong with that by any means. But I tell people who are in those situations, you might want to pay attention to what's going on to your commissions, because if they're not growing, then you're going to end up losing, right? And so when I look at this, people are attracted to the point to where they're getting their finances situated, but we just don't stop there. We also help you with wealth accumulation as well. So when you're talking about real estate, we're going to get into a little bit of that, or maybe Brian will talk about that as well. We have presidential bonuses. Again, it's just more money. This is monthly money that goes from $500 a month up into $100,000 a month. It really won't even matter to you if you're not excited about your own financial makeover. But when you think about it and you look at the timing and positioning of this company, there is nothing else in the industry that has all of these components under one house. And that's why this is so amazing. What I want to do, oh my goodness, hold on. Okay, there we go. We have luxury vehicle and mortgage bonus. We call this like the luxury style bonus. This is the first company that I've been a part of that has like a car bonus, but you're not obligated to buy a car. When Brian said that, I was like, wait, what you mean? Like, yes, because I was a part of one of those and I qualified for a car and I had to use my own credit and I went into debt. And guess what? Just to be transparent, that car got repossessed and the company did not come back and write me a check. So when he said that, I was like, wow, this is a company that's really helping you live what you're teaching, right? Being able to buy a car, if that's what you want to do, that's cool. But at the same time, you have these experts that can set you up to make sure when you do that purchase, that you're doing it in the right way. But Brian Bean has 7 vehicles, right? Watch this. He has 7 vehicles and 7 titles, meaning that he earns $3,000 a month with this luxury car bonus that he gets every single month, but all of his cars are paid for. MWR Financial is not making him purchase another car. The company is not forcing you to get into debt. Now that you're out, we're focused on growing your money, right? And that was the picture I'm gonna show you right here. That's Brian Bean right there. And I think what I want to do is just bring him on really quickly because he's so powerful with what he does. And I don't want to take up too much more of his time, but I want to see if Mr. Bean is, yes, you're there. I see that smile and you just come on and talk so I can stop sweating.
Oh man, you're doing great. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Man, let me tell you, you guys will be surprised, like those listening, how simple this business is. You just get you 2 or 3 Ariels, 1 AB, and just move out the way and just be quiet, right? You guys will be shocked. All she's doing is telling you things that you already know, meaning everyone knows you shouldn't overpay the government. We just do it because we're taught to do that since high school. Everyone knows you shouldn't be in debt. We just do it because America says it's okay to get a credit card. Get 3 of them. It's okay to get a student loan. We know that your job may not pay you enough to ever pay it back, but just give it what's called, what they call it, AB, forbearance. Just put it in forbearance and you can pay it off in 60 years at 10 times what you borrowed. And if you die, your family can owe it. You know, it's all kinds of stuff. We know better, but you know what people lack? They just lack the system that takes you away from that mentality and the ongoing support that keeps you out of that mentality. Does that make sense to everybody? Like MWR is not telling you something that you don't know. You know debt is bad. You know that. You know the borrower is slave to the lender. You know that. You know that you should be investing. You know that. You know your credit score need to be above a 700. You know that. But what we don't know is how to do all of that without paying some financial advisor, some financial planner, some guru on the internet, $2,000 just to do something that we do for $200. Okay. So my point to everybody is MWR is going to help you with your cash flow. That's the most important thing you got to know right now getting off this Zoom. It ain't about recruiting people. It ain't about begging people. It's not about persuading people. It's not about convincing people. It's not about inducing people. It's not about selling people. You can tell through Miss Adams, for example, in her voice that she was ready. We're looking for people who are already ready. They just don't know that this is already here for them to just upload some documents. We're not looking for Mr. and Mrs. Well, what is this? How we know that? I got 15 million questions. We're looking for people that's like, you know what? I've been looking for a makeover. And here's the thing that you'll find with Ethan, myself, Ariel, Andrea, you're gonna find something consistent. We all just open and honest about it. You see what I'm saying? The problem with our community is everybody want to act like they already got it going on. They okay. They don't need no help. And what happens is the universe don't open up to you when you already act like you straight. When I was broke, AB, I told everybody I know, look, your boy's struggling right now, okay? My taxes jacked up. I lost $1 million. I'm rebounding right now. I'm focused on something. And guess what? My situation changed around. AB, it took about 4 months and I was finding my way back on top in my 30s. My point to everybody is the more honest we get about our finances and be cool having conversations, the more we can help each other. The more we act like everything is cool and our degree is enough and debt is okay and our tax refund is okay, and the more we act like that, then the more our community is going to continue to suffer. So I applaud everybody for just listening. Most people don't. So you're already ahead of the game. If you're on a Zoom on a Sunday, I'll be honest, most people don't. They're watching the game preseason. Okay. They're watching preseason. That's number one. They watching millionaire. And this is what I tell everybody, Ariel. You got people so into the draft, preseason, who gonna make the team. You watching people become millionaires instead of you becoming one. So we'll sit up here, such got drafted, such got traded, such a free agent. I got friends that know everybody's contract, know everybody's max contract, know who got hurt this week, don't know nothing about their credit score. They don't know nothing about their taxes. They don't know nothing about double-digit returns. They don't know anything about capital gains. They don't know nothing about phantom money. They don't know how to read a Schedule C. They don't know how to avoid taxes. Avoid audit. They don't know how to they don't know what a derivative is. They don't know nothing about commodities. They don't know nothing about real estate. I can go on and on, but they know Steph Curry's contract. And they know Drew Brees retired. And they know, you know what I'm saying? It's just amazing to me that if we just focused on finances for 1 year strong, you would never have to worry about it another day in your life. Ever. I'm in the top 5% income earners in the country, the United States of America. I'm in the top 5% income earners in the country because I invested $228 18 months ago. My father died in the process. My father died 3 months after I joined the business. We all have hurdles, guys. We all have, life hits us all is what I'm trying to tell you. But when you got residual income in a team, you can get back up swinging a lot faster. So don't think for 1 minute when you join a business and you're on the route to get wealthy, it's going to be easy. But it's very, very simple. All we got to do is get your money back from the people that took your money. That's it. That's what cash flow is. Cash flow is getting your money back from the entities that took your money. Then when you get it back, we teach you how to scale it. And if you want to show people how to scale their own money, then it pays one hell of a compensation plan if you choose to take care of that part too. So AB, you're doing a great job. You know, I'm here to support you. You are part of Extra Digit 2.0, and I'm glad to have you. Ms. Adams, good to see you too.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bean, for that. You are amazing as usual.
Thank you.
And we're gonna wrap this up real quick. Hold on, let me get back to share screen. Okay, so with all of the experts that we have, obviously there are two sides to this. So when we're talking about owning a business, it just makes sense because this is the business. However, there are people that are just like, I just want the experts. I want them working on my credit, on my taxes, on my debt, on my bills, I want all of that. And that's only $79. Notice, remember that Ariel said that she was paying $89. So that's $10 less here, but you have access to all the experts, and trust me, membership has its benefits. We will be here all day if we talked about everything that MWR has, but that's what you can actually have a part of as well. The tax reduction. So this is, I'm not going to go too much into it, but this is very strategic. You get instructions on how to do it. This is not something where you partner up and then you have to figure it out. But we have the tax reduction strategies that you're going to use. And the first one is going to be about the instant pay raise. So if you have a W-2, trust me, you'll be excited about having more money added to your paycheck and you have not changed your work hours or any of that. It's just the experts seeing if you're overpaying, and then they put that money back into your paycheck with a corrected W-4. Credit restoration, it is completely different from credit repair, right? We are restoring your credit, and it's different levels to that. I have never seen more people, number one, just vulnerable enough to share their credit scores, but we're sharing them because we know that that's not where they're going to end up. Like, to really know that the 800 Club is now possible, that's what's exciting about it. And like Ariel said, we don't have to mail nothing. Debt elimination. We have debt elimination worksheets. So you actually put all your information in. The debt experts, they do what they do, and they tell you the date that you're going to be out of debt. And they also give you a millionaire date. If you don't have anybody in your circle that's doing that, it's time to change your circle, man. I'm telling you, this is the business. MWR bill shredder. This was fun just to see what was going on. Upload all of your bills. We show you how to do that. And then you have negotiators, and they're personal negotiators. Like the one for my cell phone bill, his name is Wilbert. He has a real name. But you upload your bills, they negotiate the best rate for you. And then I know Benita Kirkpatrick, I'm not gonna bring her on here just as yet, just for the sake of time, but I know she uploaded, I think, her cell phone bill or something like that. You can put that in the comments, Benita. And then they gave her like an instant credit to add to her bill, like immediately. It's just been bananas what's happened, right? But this is a way that you save money by lowering your bills. So when we talk about save, we're not talking about 0.01% savings accounts. We don't do that over here. But you can see some of these examples. Obviously, this is the one from Mr. Bean where he saved over $600 on his AT&T wireless bill, over $400 over his ADT bill. And again, he didn't have to do that negotiation. And then this is the part that's just gangster, if you will, for the lack of a better word, growing your money. I have always wanted to be a part of real estate. You know, you have your ways where you can do it the right way or the hustler way or just any kind of way. But to know now that we have the opportunity, not just to get involved in real estate, like Mr. Bean didn't talk about the 20 acres of land that he purchased because MWR got him situated. He didn't talk about how the current home that he lives in right now was paid off in full as of July 2021 because he got himself situated. But in conjunction with that, have you heard of land banking? That's a question that I like to throw out there because most people say no. Have you heard of a self-banking PRA, a personal reserve account? If you haven't, now you're in the right place because you're going to learn about how wealth really happens. These individuals are real people. Brian, Christy, Charles, Shayna, they gangsters. They saw it. They got it. They got enrolled. When you look at Kimberly Whitfield, experienced $18,000 pay cut from her job when she moved, but then partnered with MWR. Now she's earning $100 a day. She's in position to purchase her first home, and her credit score went from a 646 to a 800. I just want you to picture getting paid while your credit score is going up. Chuck Harden, really cool. He was already good. He was one of those that, you know, was doing all right, but he wasn't doing all right to the point to where he couldn't be a blessing to other people. That's key there. And so he already had a 750 credit score, but why not get to the 800s, right? Of course he has private reserve accounts. Of course he paid off his credit card because he was already doing well. But in conjunction with that, he has a $100 guarantee, a $1,250 a month car bonus, and a presidential bonus. That is not all of his income. That's just a piece of it. When you look at this couple here, Donald and Ruth Rodriguez, you can do this as a couple, right? The spouse is included in your membership. So 787 to 833, 645 to 803, paid off cars, credit cards, student loans, eliminated $85,000 in debt. And they did not do it by themselves, but they're growing their wealth with private reserve accounts and 2 land banking parcels. If you don't know anything about Antelope Valley, California, you should look it up and see what's going on because we have some stake in that real estate. This is Brandon Caldwell, used to be a barbershop owner, wrote off $26,000 in tax deductions, saved over $1,700 a year with his bills being negotiated, and now he earns the luxury bonus, right? Quanah Sims, listen, her hair is always so fly. Like she's just, when I saw this at first, I was like, who is that, right? Former club manager, credit score 612 to 781. When I tell you we are like sisters on that, facts, right? Paid off 3 credit cards and became debt-free last year. $150 daily guarantee, $1,250 car bonus, $500 presidential bonus. You understand why her hair stays laid? Because she's sharing blessings with other people and then we're having the audacity to get paid for it. Richard Harden, again, we can go on and on, $52,000 in credit card debt eliminated, owner of private reserve accounts and land banking. Shayna Rollins, she's like a superhero. $200 a day guaranteed, the luxury vehicle bonus, presidential bonus, paid off 3 credit cards. Here's the thing with cash flow, when you pay off all of your debt, all the money that comes in is green. It's like staying in the green, staying in the flow. That's what this is. And she's the second female millionaire residual ring club earner and the 3rd female regional director. All that means is that she's helping a lot of people. A lot of people. Charles Ivory and Judith Ivory, another incredible couple. Christy Howard, I have to highlight her just because we were on FaceTime yesterday, screenshot, and I feel like I was talking to a celebrity, but she's out in San Antonio, actually 2.5 hours now, sharing what's going on, right? A former bartender, credit score was a 624, now to 809, paying off credit cards. She's the first female millionaire residual ring club earner, and she designed the ring, right? But the beautiful thing that I love about her is that she's down to earth. She hit me yesterday and she's like, AB, whatever you need, I'm here to help you. right? Like it's just amazing to be connected with people like that. And then of course, here's Mr. Bean standing on Bean Acres. You can see a piece of that right there. He has ducks, you know, that he has conversations with. He's at $500 a day, $3,000 for the luxury bonus. Presidential bonus is at 10 grand. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even know that part. But when you can look at turning $228 into $228,000 in 8 months, he's the #1 income earner in the company and the only national director in the company. He sponsored Athan and Athan sponsored me. So guess what? We're connected to the best. So the only other option is to what? To win. So in summary, I'm not going to go through these things, but you really have two choices. You know, you got two choices. Either you want to expand your cash flow and you can just, you know, remain a customer, which that is fine. When I share this, I do not share it as a business. I share it because I want people to get excited to know that there is resolve when it comes to your finances, honey. And we don't know what we don't know until we learn something new. So if that is just it, you're not sure you want to talk to other people yet, we totally get that. Nobody's going to force you to do it, but we're just going to watch it happen because it does. However, you could be like Ariel. It was like, I don't need to see no 3-minute video. I don't need to see a 13-minute video. I don't even need to talk to that man, Brian. I am ready. I am all the way in. When Mr. Bean did the first presentation and it was Athan's first one, or overview rather, I was on. Mr. Bean could not even get finished before I was texting Athan, like, where's your link? I'm ready. Athan didn't even have a link at that point. But I just wanted to share that with you simply because that's what this is about. Like Mr. Bean said, we can't sell you on this. We can't convince you on this. We can't do anything. I know that I took an hour, but this was my first one doing it. I know I was going to go in, but I'm praying that you get it, right? That you caught something that if at the very least, it makes you think. It makes you think differently, because if what we know now about our money is all that we know and it has you where you are and you don't feel good about that, then that means that it's time for change. If you're in a position where you feel frustrated, that's God nudging you saying, listen, I have something else, but you might want to be open to learning. I don't know who this is for, right? We don't know. We just don't know. We're the messengers, but it's awesome to be a part of such an incredible group of people that get it, that really have a true resolve about breaking financial generational curses. That's just it. It's time out for it being normalized. It's time out for the bad credit club to be okay. We can really have power. We really don't have power unless our finances are all together. So what I want you to do is get back to the person that actually invited you to the Zoom tonight. Ask questions if you need to, but we got all the answers for you, and start your makeover. You got makeovers with hair and nails and body and all this kind of stuff. What about your financial makeover? What is your before and after going to look like? What is it going to be when you are proud to show your to and from credit score? That's what we waiting on. That's why Ariel was like, I'm gonna have testimonies. We're just getting started and we're ready to bring you on board with us. So thank you for tuning in on today. This has been so much fun. We're going to do this again tonight at 8 p.m. So get enrolled, reach back out and bring some more people here, because we're just going to keep talking about money. These are mature money conversations. That's all we're doing. And we're getting paid. So thank y'all. Have a good night. Thank you, Mr. Bean. Thank you, Ariel. And thank you, everybody. God bless you. Later.